The factory must grow. I don't know why I didn't read it. The factory must grow. Thank you, Milkman. Oh, hello. Beautiful people of the internet. We're back. We're back. It's Satisfactory. Listen, I don't know. It's been like a week since we last played. I think last time we were... Oh, yeah. Last time we were here. Freaking out about this bug that is not a bug. But is definitely a feature, for sure. 100% it's a feature. Last time, we put a lot of new things on the belt. On the bus, sorry. A lot of copper. We did some good research. We bought a little factory cart, which is hilariously bad. But it's okay. It's cute. Here, let me just get in it, and we can do our recap from the cart. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I unfold you? Nope. Okay. There we go. This is the big development of last time. We got a little cart we can drive. It's kind of fast. We should make a racetrack for it. Oh, God. That's too fast. And we were also trying to figure out, like, some of the intricacies of building a system like we're doing, including the, like... Basically, I really apparently have to pay attention to clipping and not clipping because my blueprint system really does not work if it is clipped in. So that's good to know. We also learned, I think basically what I should be doing here, what makes sense, is to build... Well, I don't know exactly how I should do it. But long story short, belts and splitters and mergers don't really connect the way that I would make them connect if I were building the game, but I'm not, so... That's the wrong one. So yeah. What's our plan for today? I don't know. I kind of want to just get everything on the belt that I can. On the factory that I can, on the bus. Because then we can start chucking stuff into the milestone. Why is the belt called a bus? I don't know shit about these factories. I think it's a thing from Factorio. A bus is just like a collection of a ton of belts that bus things, aka move them in large quantities down a central thoroughfare. Reason it's called bus specifically? I think just the idea of like moving a lot of people at once or like moving a lot of quantity at once. Oh, no, it's from electronics. From, like, circuit design? Is it from, like, from, like PCB design? That is interesting. That's really interesting. I'm so excited for Dragon Age Veilguard releasing tomorrow. I've been blocking everything and everyone talking about it so I can get a clean opinion not muddled by critics or whatever. Ooh. You're going to do a blind playthrough? That's interesting. I didn't know that. From PCBs. Okay, so we're doing reinforced iron plate. We need 5. God, this is just not going to work, is it? I'm so close to this. We should just redo this whole thing. This whole section right here. The thing that I'm internalizing from our conversation last time about like whether or not it's a bug or a feature, et cetera, is more so that I need to be thinking in terms of... When I connect splitters to belts, I need to stop placing them down as if I am playing Factorio and things can only be sitting in a like perfect grid that perfectly connects or disconnects. I need to be like doing one thing, then the next, connecting it to the next. 2 years total
as a member. Love you all.
Yo.
I'm sorry I haven't been able to hang out more. What with my classes and sucky internet.
Hey, that's okay. That's totally okay, Cypher. 2 whole years. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How you doing? I wonder if this is how I should do this. That should auto-connect, right? That's my guess. We're going to put one of these on every... And this will be used for, like, iron rods. And then we'll build the other thing around it. so that it is not in the way. So here I need a full belt. And I wonder if I should place a splitter first. I think maybe the design mechanism that I should learn is like place a splitter first and then connect belts to it. That might be easier. Let's try that as a method. Place them first. Not entirely blind. I did watch some trailers, including a longish gameplay trailer, but definitely blind to other people's opinions. Great. Perfect. Oliver's going to lurk and work for a bit. Sounds good. Considering what BioWare has been through, I'm sure opinions will be controversial. I enjoyed some of their flops, so I learned to ignore between critics. Yeah, critics can mean something. Sometimes they can just be mean. Sometimes they mean something. Sometimes they're just mean. Depends a little bit. Okay, this is a splitter. We need to line it up here. To line it up here, we want it to be on, what, this one right here? And then it needs to nudge up. I can't do that. Let's just place it. Control is not working. So this is where the system is not making sense. Is our big friend stuck again? Probably. Sick pink ride you got there? Thank you. I love it. This is maybe where I just build it here, then go from there. Like, what if I just do this? It's not going to be perfectly straight, I don't think, because I don't know that I built it on a... Like, if I hold control here, this is a merger. I actually want a splitter. If I hold control here, it is not linking to anything, which is a problem. I don't think that this links it to anything either. Well, let's just try that. We'll just try nudging, see if that does anything. Do this. Do this. Sorry, we should do... It's just a question of, like, I think one of the problems I'm having with this game, with the, like, designing my factory part of this game, is it's hard to know, like, I'm still figuring out what I draw first, basically. What I put down first, because if I put something down first, everything else will be based on that, and will be lined up with it. So, like, in this situation, I should probably build those, and then probably take it off the belt first, then just build piecemeal from there. I think. You haven't played Elden Ring? I've not played Elden Ring. You plan on playing it? I love your reaction to the game. I do plan on playing it, but I will not be playing it particularly soon, unfortunately. Because my goal is to play Dark Souls 2 and 3 still before I play it. Yeah, I played Dark Souls 1 this year, as you may have seen. So it's going to be a while, unfortunately. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I've liked our method so far of playing most of the other stuff. Okay, so that should work, right? Hypothetically. Wait, but why isn't stuff coming off the belt? Oh, no. What do you mean? Oh, no. First off, hi, friend. Oh, no, guys. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I'm sure I am as well. What the fuck? What do you mean? Is the correct decision here just to redo it? I don't like that. It's not... I hate to use the word. It's not very satisfactory. It is working, though. Okay, so now how do we line this up? Like here. Then it's like in the air. Invalid conveyor belt shape? What do you mean? Now hook to that. Here we go. Can I ask someone who's not really been keeping up, with Satisfactory, what's going on? Yeah, so Satisfactory is like, I shouldn't even really compare it to another game. Satisfactory is a game where you arrive as an employee for a corporation. You arrive on this alien planet, and your job is to take the natural resources, turn them into stuff that you can send home. The way you send it home is this big tall thing. That's a space elevator. My job is to take the natural resources, turn them into better resources through machines in a factory like I'm building right now, and ship it up into the sky. If you can make, like, that's taking raw resources, smelting it, turning it into better products, which get beginner products, get turned into intermediate products, get turned into other products. You need power to run the whole system. You need to do research on, like, the alien flora and fauna and what you find around here in order to better understand this world and be more productive. And you do all of that, and the way that your corporation, who you sweat and bleed and cry for, the way they reward you is that occasionally you get to purchase really fun. Does it have an inventory of 1? You get to purchase fun little toys. Like this cart. Elden Ring will be right after Tears of the Kingdom, which will be right after Silksong. To be fair, I think Tears of the Kingdom and Elden Ring have a way better chance of happening than Silksong. Love that. Thank you. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to build... In the upper right, there's a bunch of materials that I'm trying to basically automate. In games like this, you're massively it behooves you to automate the creation of stuff and to make that automation, like, expandable. So currently, I am introducing one resource, these reinforced iron plates. I need to add the other one, which is iron rods. And I need... how many per minute? I need 1 thing per minute, so 1 belt per minute. We're going to take iron rods and put it on this belt somewhere. As soon as I find out where iron rods are. Hi, Frito Bandito. How's it going? Iron rods right here. Dope. I think, though, that I probably want a second belt. So to do that... Frito Bandito says, first time tuning in, I found you from the YouTube series, and the difference is quite large. We're getting there. We're getting a little bit better at this game. Not great, but we're getting there. Wonder if I should just build a ramp over this thing. I can't remember the button. There it is. It's Alt. I wonder if we should just ramp over this thing. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. That may be a little bit boring for stream, so we should find other things to talk about, but yeah. Welcome in, Frito Bandito. Oh, I know something we could talk about. I think, so I've been, for years now, I've been a very adamant defender of summer as the best season of the year. I don't know if I'm becoming like an old fuddy-duddy or something, but I'm starting to be convinced. Every time I say that, people in Twitch chat are like, you're an idiot, fall is better. I'm starting to be convinced that maybe fall is better. So that's exciting. Fall is growing on me. I don't know if it's because, like, fall with a... I don't know why it is. Maybe it's because I spent so much of the summer injured when normally I wouldn't, and that's a big win for me, but yeah, I don't know how to line this up without the thing. Probably like this. I don't know if it's the fact that I have a kid now and, like, fall with the kid is a lot of fun. and I was injured during the summer, but next you'll be drinking pumpkin spice lattes. The good news is I already liked pumpkin spice lattes, so I was already sort of a convert on that front. And you know what is really like leading the charge for me? Here's what's really leading the charge for me. I think it's Halloween. I think, hot take that I'm sure a million people have made a million times before. I think that Halloween with a child, even an infant who has no idea what they're doing, is amazing. So much better than Halloween as a double income, no offspring family, right? Halloween is so fun with a kid. Like last weekend I took Elle to see her grandma and her grandpa on my side of the family in her costume. Did she have a good time? Not at all. Did both of her grandparents and her cousins, who were dressed up as both Spider-Man and Olaf from Frozen, did they have an amazing time? They had an amazing time. And I had a great time just like seeing them. It was great. Oh, this shit's overclocked. That's right. So what we really need to do here is just double this one and stop the overclock. So what we really need to do here is like take this up here. I don't know. I'm going to reserve my opinion for a little while still in terms of like I think it's possible that I'm still a summer boy at heart, but you know, I'm getting there. I think maybe fall could be my favorite in a year or two. It brings the magic back. I think your first Christmas will do it too. It's the same reason I love being a tour guide. Oh, I see the connection. You mean that you love being a tour guide because it's a person's first time in New York and the magic is there. Whereas you live here. So it's not as magical for you, but you get to relive the magic. That makes total sense to me. We're going to stop the overclocking and just make this do 15 a minute, but then we'll double the production either way. Because there's no use in doubling it for this belt, which is just going to run the same. Anyways. It brings back the magic that has faded for me. Yeah. No, that makes total sense. It should work. Okay. You should get iron ingots before too long. I think those will have to stockpile a little bit, but that's fine. Why are you going less than 100, though? See, that's the weird part. I need to scroll up because I missed a comment. Frito Bandito says, hey, I finished my 1.0 playthrough. Wanted to keep the fixation going. I found your series. Wanted to say that I've thoroughly enjoyed your problem-solving process. I literally cheered out loud when you figured out the power grid. Welcome in, Frito Bandito. I'm happy I could finally give you some pleasure after all that pain. The year Hannah went trick-or-treating and realized what was happening was so much fun, she just yelled, candy, as she ran from house to house. That's so cute. Fall is the best season. I love the colors and the vibes, except right now in France where it's been 20 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it is. The high today in Indiana is 80 degrees. So that's not very fall. Maybe that's why I love fall. Is global warming is making it 80 degrees. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, so why is this not... Because I'm already drawing from it somewhere else. Okay. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, I thought there was a weird item on our belt. It's one of those birds. It's a flower bird. Oh my god, it's running away. That's magical, actually. Ryan, global warming is good for me personally. It's like that Postal Service song. Now we can swim any day in November. Okay, so maybe we need to up this. But here's the thing. Okay, one of our goals today. Here's my goal for today. By the end of today's stream, I am going to figure out. Let's add it to the list. I'm adding it first on the list. Miners. Question mark, question mark, question mark. The first item on the list today is miners. Because last time we went to one of the miners, and MINERS, and we upped a ore patch that I thought was only going to give 30 per second. We made it give 60 per second, and that was so freaking confusing to me. That was so confusing to me. I don't get it. So okay, let's finish what we're doing though first, and then we'll go back to that. That's on our list of things to make happen. First, second thing second, let's do this. We need more iron ingots. They're over here. We're just gonna make inefficient lines for now that don't use oh my god. Jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up, but get down. That don't give 60 belts, 60 items per minute on the belt, and then we'll backtrack and fix it later. So this is the new belt? No, where's the new belt? Yes, that's the new belt. Okay. New belt right there. Sorry, my brain is all over the place. Okay, right here. This belt. Wait, but I was making more iron rod. So this belt needs to be making more iron rod over here. Damn, I already hate my factory system, and I want to redo it. Wait, but it cuts off here. Wait, what's happening here? How does it cut off? What am I doing here? Nope, climb the thing. Sorry, I'm very confused right now. Oh my god, this is the thing I cut off earlier because I said... Oh no. I cut it off because I was like, well, we'll deal with this problem later. Now is later. I kicked a can down the road and it came back to bite me in the ass. All right, I guess we'll deal with the miner thing. Let's see if we can make this belt go Mark II. To do that, we will need to make a couple Mark II miners. Add it to the to-do list thing. Why isn't it going on the to-do list thing? Why isn't it going there? That face when you play Satisfactory. Games like this are all about kicking a can down the road and then regretting it later. Hi, Mog Demon. Hi, Shies. How we doing? Past Ryan is making present Ryan's life very hard. It's true. Why is this not working? Did we encounter this problem before? Hold up. I feel like we did. There it is. I have to maximize the recipe part. Nailed it. Okay. Dope. Okay. So I can take gas mask off the list. We need the ability to make probably like 3 minor Mark IIs and then a bunch of conveyor belt Mark II. And then do I have a minor Mark III? I don't think I do, right? No. Okay, well. Extraction rate varies based on resource node purity. I swear. We're celebrating Deepavali here, the Festival of Lights. Hell yeah, Shaz. Does that mean you're off work? Isn't it the worst when your past self messes up something for your present self? This is me when I don't go to bed on time and then I have to wake up early to do something the next day. Every single time I'm like, you absolute buffoon. What are you doing? You knew that you had to do this. I thought I was behind on the YouTube episodes, but I don't see any issues here or any progress here. Joke's on you. You were not behind. I just don't make progress. The worst thing when you can't blame anybody but yourself. It is bad. It is bad. Okay, so none of this shit is moving, so that's not going to help me, but... it's 60. I think I have it. I probably knew this at one point, but I probably forgot it. This is an impure, which my guess is that means it puts out 30 per minute. The Mark II, I was under the impression that the Mark II okay. Let me just say this out loud because it is dumb if I don't. I was under the impression that the Mark II, the Mark I gave out 30 and this one gave out 60. It's actually double that. This one was actually doing half of that. The only reason it's giving out 60 is because we put a Mark II on it. It should be giving out 120 if it was not impure. This is my theory. I don't know that I can test it yet because I don't know. I can't test impure, pure, and normal because, well, I don't know. I only have 2 types of miners so far. I don't know that they'll do anything. So I guess the real question is still the WTF. Let me put it to my to-do list. Impure equals 30. Difference between pure and normal? Question mark, question mark, question mark? That part I don't get. So I was right about the other thing, but I understand what impure does, but I don't know what the difference between the other two are. It can't be like 60 and 90, probably. Because the minor Mark 1's only going to get 60 out no matter what. I don't know how that would be different. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud at this point. Get me out of here. Let's see what kind of node this is. If this is a pure node, then we can turn it into, or a normal node, we can turn it into 120 with some encased industrial beams and some modular frames. I'm out of here for a bit. Sounds good, Lumella. Thanks for dropping by. Encased industrial beams are made with concrete and steel beams, I think. I see no progress. That coffee mug is still full. It is. I keep not drinking it. I like having nobody to blame but myself. At least then I can do something to make it better. That's true. That's very admirable of you. I love being able to blame other people. It's great. The worst, though, is playing a game like this where you have nobody to blame but yourself. And also, you're deciding to stream it, meaning you have way more opportunities for other people to blame you. If I control it, I can fix it. How very you are the captain of your fate. You are in charge of your own destiny of you. How very... See, I feel a little bit more determinist than that. I blame other people all the time. Sometimes they, especially sometimes they deserve it. What I found is really interesting is encountering a person who really, really wants to blame themselves and really, really wants to believe. And frankly, I am this person a lot. If you are one of those people who thinks, no, I am the captain of my fate, I am in charge of my own destiny, I am responsible for the mistakes that I make, and like, my fate is mine to control, period. And then that's when you start throwing in some like determinist philosophy or behavioral science or psychology, and being like, oh, are you really in charge of your own fate? Or is there at least a little bit like your environment, your genetics? And then you counter that by talking about epigenetics. And then it all gets confusing. Okay, so this is doing 60 per minute. Let's upgrade it. Is this the one I want? Shit, I don't know what line it is. What line do I want? It ain't that one. This game is so damn good. It's fantastic. It's so good. Hi, Plague. How you doing? This is the one I want. This one right here is the one I want. You're the one that I want. Honey. Okay, here. Okay, so here's what we're going to need to do. I don't know how we do this. All of a sudden, that's minor Mark III. Puts out 120 a minute. This belt... Excuse me? There it is. I was like, you're supposed to be putting out stuff. Where the... Nope. Make that Mark II. Honey. Do they make splitters Mark II? I don't remember this yet. I don't see it. Oh, and it's not on our available list of things. How dare Factorio release an update at the same time that this comes out? The nerve. I know. I've had to choose Satisfactory over my first love, Factorio. And I don't regret it, but I can't wait to see the... I can't wait to play Factorio, the new update. Bye, Elo. Bye, Shies. Teach says, for me, it isn't about being in charge. It's about I must feel in charge or else I feel helpless. Yeah, for sure. Oh. Splitters don't need an upgrade. Sorry if that was rhetorical. You didn't want an answer. It's okay. I did not want an answer, but that's totally okay. I do ask a ton of rhetorical questions. No worries. Okay, splitters don't need an upgrade. They'll just split things no matter what. I probably knew that. Just says splits. Just says merges. You can handle whatever I can throw at you? That's good to know, actually. Okay, the problem is we are going to split this, and it's going to be 40 items per. And these... I mean, this is a great time to overclock this sucker, yeah? Okay, we need a third one of these. And then we will do... We'll just overclock each of them once. They'll do 45 per minute, which is... They'll have 40 per minute, but we'll still get a full Mark II belt out. This needs power. Take that to there. Siege says I'm knitting new octopus patterns, by the way. Not as complex as the sweater, but cute, and I may eventually sell them. I love it. We've got so many super artsy people in the community. Here's a question for the artsy people in the community. Is artsy a like is that a term you like being described as? Yeah, like pejorative. Yeah, exactly. Is artsy... I feel sometimes when I say the word artsy, I'm like, that sounds like it's diminishing the act that I'm talking about. Okay, we're going to make this whole thing Mark II. I think artsy is nice, but I wouldn't call it professional that. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm trying to think what the equivalent of this would be in like in writing or something. As long as it's not artsy fartsy, true. You know what? You know what my... This is not the perfect equivalent, but the thing that it most makes me think of is for a good chunk of my life, I got a little... I was just like, huh? When people would be like, oh, did you go for a jog? And for many years, I was like, fuck you. No, I went for a run. I would never say that out loud, but I was like, excuse me. No, jogging is what my mom does. I'm a college athlete. I went for a run. I am a runner. But I got over that at about the age of like 14. I think I matured out of that one at like 14. Or at least like 19. Like, to be clear, now I'm like, yeah, jogging is what I do. Jogging is like just another word for running. It's like a... And in fact, I mostly get upset when people are like, oh, I'm a jogger. And I'm like, well, if you choose that word, that's fine. But if you feel like you don't deserve the title of runner, which is a thing that happens a lot, then like, yo, fuck off. I mean, you're doing it. Okay, so why is this 100 per minute right there? These are backing up, but they're backing up because they're backing up because they have the capacity to make 45 per minute. 120. I mean, and it must have just backed up on one of these lines. What makes a jog and a run a run? I don't know that there's a difference. Like, I don't know that it matters. Like, I don't know that I would ever be like, no, that's a jog. No, that's a run. I would say whatever you feel it is. But another person might say a jog is like a more chill run. A run has like more oomph to it. A jog is for fun. A run is for survival. Love that. Speed and intention. I was going to say intention for sure. But I think a lot of people... I think one of the lovely things about running for me is that it is, especially as I get a little bit older, is it's like the greatest way... It's such a great introduction to your mortality. Like, no one basically gets to, like, 35 without their share of running injuries. And their share of, If you have, then you won't get much further without your share of slowing down. So, to me, one of the things I love about running is that it's like, oh yeah, no, this body, it doesn't do what it used to. That youthful plasticity is, it ain't there. Let alone the flexibility, let alone the fast twitch muscle fibers, let alone the... I think of a run as pushing yourself for sure. Which maybe this also brings to light. There's a problem in like more competitive, like in like, so I ran in college, like I was saying, in like college running and competitive running, there is a major problem of people just pushing easy runs too hard. Like the science repeatedly shows us that slower runs are more or as beneficial. Nope. I'm trying to upgrade that. Okay, it's already upgraded. And yet people keep pushing the pace because it feels good for your ego. Okay, so now that I've upgraded that to 120, that means I can fit a lot more of these. I can fit like 8 of them. So is this the way I want to upgrade my factory, or is the other way the way I want to upgrade my factory? I don't know. Do I want to plan for faster belts and faster belts, or do I want to plan for splitting off of 60 base speed belts. I don't know. Now I'm doing a combination of both instead of picking one. Okay, though. Make that work. Let's try it. We'll just do it case by case. For this one, we'll do this. Your factory looks pretty clean for a first playthrough. I was full spaghetti by now. It looks pretty clean, but on the other hand, my factory's not doing anything. It's not an exaggeration. It's not doing shit. It isn't making anything. It's sitting idle. So, you know, pros and cons. Concrete. It's for demonstration purposes. It's really beautiful. It's just not very good. $1,500, sure. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna start plugging it into. I forgot that we walled off this place. We're gonna start plugging it into some stuff. Any day now. You just transport resources around. Basically, I turn them into super high-level resources, and then I don't plug those high-level resources into anything. So the machines just grind to a halt. And we pay rent on this space, but we don't actually use it. This is 5. Oh, sorry. We need to do this. 5, 6, 7. I think that's lined up. Oh shit, taking damage. And 8. That big fellow was zooming. Sometimes he zooms. Sometimes. Here's the thing I need to assume, or like the thing I need to like what's the word for like when you embrace. The thing I need to embrace, though, is that this is my first time playing the game. Like, my first factory is going to be a mess. I did see a really lovely YouTube comment the other day, which said, hey, Ryan, do me a favor. And I was like, oh, no, here comes the backseating. It said, do me a favor. Leave your first factory over there. Like, don't tear it down. Like, you can move. I'm planning on moving the hub and stuff. But, like, don't tear it down. Leave it as, like, a shrine to how you first started the game, including your terrible power system, even though that's fixed. And, like, use it as a memory of, like, where you started. And I was like, wait, that's a genius idea. That's like an emotional backseat. I love an emotional backseat. Never forget your roots. Think about how far we've come. It was like an emotional backseat. And I love it. Okay, so this should... Aha. Something is wrong here. Why is this speeding up, slowing down? What's going on here? Okay. That's all Mark II, yeah? Crazy that for a game this linear, with how the tiering and space elevator stuff works, that every playthrough I've watched, and even mine, are completely different. The way you play this is completely unthinkable to me. I'm going to choose to read that as a major compliment. Oh, this system, I hate it. I made a system, but then I didn't follow it, and so now the system is bad. I don't like the system here. I don't like the system I developed. And this thing just fucking ends in the middle of nowhere. That's even worse. Okay, well, this is not going to be 120 iron rods a minute, that's for sure, but it might be somewhat close. It'll be more than 60, hypothetically. I didn't mean it in a bad way. No. To be clear, I read your comment, did not think it was bad, and then I thought, and then my like anxiety spoke, and I was like, sorry. Technically, this part does not need to be Mark 2. This could be Mark 1, Mark 1, Mark 1, Mark 1, Mark 1, and then around here, this part needs to be around 4 in. It'll start to be more than 60. So Mark 2 to 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll add 1 extra. Actually, I cannot because I'm out of reinforced iron plate. I'm just playing along with you and mostly did not tackle problems the same way at all. Yeah. No, I mean, it is like you're speaking about a super interesting game design thing, I think, which is that one of the, like, not to do the comparison game again, right? But if you're to compare this game to Factorio, you could call it a problem. One of the problems of Factorio, or one of the unique things that has resulted from the way that game is made and played, is that the game is min-maxable in like many ways. And so because of that, people tend to play it by coming up with the exact same solution as someone else, or just copying someone else's solution. I think it possibly has to do with the blueprint thing. You can blueprint stuff. You can then export your blueprint and send it to another person. You can like literally, I've played Factorio before where I just run around. Like when I built a mega base in Factorio on my own time, I just borrowed someone else's design for how to like maximize the production of red circuits. And so there's that. There's also, I think, the way that the game is just maybe more... I don't know how to phrase it. This does not look like the right speed. Do I need to tear it down? Let's try it. See what happens here. Now that I probably did not need to do. It might also be the fact that, like, that game is a little bit more clearly... intended, by the way. Thank you, Steven. I think there's also, like, that game maybe is, like, railroady a little bit in terms of its, like, how you progress. You must absolutely do this next thing. I don't know. But I remember my first factory and how proud I felt after putting down my first coal reactors in an actual building. Good times. I read that, Gilganos. I read your comment as, I felt so proud after putting down... I took my first coal reactors and I shut them off, and I thought, today's the end for you, buddy. I'm amazed you keep this all straight. I could never. I'm not sure that I am either. Don't worry. Okay, now that I've done that, this needs to go because the belts don't connect to something in midair. Something theoretical. They have to connect to a very specific thing. Okay. That should keep those flowing. It's gold. Why is it gold? Is it gold because it's not lining up? Son of a bitch. I got to pay attention to that color. Oh, boy. But I don't know how to... Oh, but now I don't know how to do that. Oh, boy. But if it's gold, I don't know how to solve this problem. Oh, boy. That's blue. So that means it connects? Hypothetically? Theoretically? It's blue, doesn't mean it connects, it just means it's not clipping. Okay, so now we need to maybe connect it inside of the thing. No, it is working. Okay. Great. Does that look like 120 a minute, though? Nope. Okay. This should create a bunch of let me finish the hookup. This should create a bunch of iron rods. Let's fucking hope. Make this Mark 1. You guys don't have power, do you? Or any recipe? Oh, hi Rebecca, how's it going? How ya doing? Okay. Chat, do you think I can manage it? My goal is to get everything on the that is required for the milestone. Oh no, wait. My goal was to do everything for the elevator. There's no way I get that done. My goal is to get everything for the elevator put on the belt today in today's stream. Do you think there's any chance? I don't know that there's a chance. Like for my current elevator space. There. That should be power for everything. I missed a few hours, but I'm impressed at the user's efficiency. Look at that. I'm impressing people. Rep says, I'm so sorry. I've been having major back pain lately. No. Finally starting to get better. Oh, man. I'm doing well. I've been good. I have not been sleeping a ton or like sleeping very well. But I'm good overall. Also needs to be Mark 2. We're getting there. I'm sorry you're having back pain. Have you found anything to do to help it, or is it or other than just rest? I think when I do this, I wonder if it puts the stuff in my inventory. Hold up, we should test this. When I convert this to Mark II, am I gaining stuff in my inventory, or is it like the stuff disappears for a second? So it's kind of hard to tell. I don't think it's going into my inventory. Nothing has helped. Gotcha. I've been suffering for 2 weeks. No. Is Little Miss Overlord keeping you up? She sure is. Yeah. I mean, she's fine. Like, she's sleeping better. We're sleep training her currently, which is mostly going well. But she is now waking up at, like... She switched her sleep habits pretty dang easily, and I have not. So all of a sudden now she gets up at like 6 a.m. every day, and I'm like, I wasn't ready. Like, okay. So that's a minor adjustment though. She's sleeping well, which is what matters. Okay, so I need. This is like the third slot. Right here. I'm making it Mark II because I don't want to do the math on whether or not I need Mark II or Mark I here. One, two, three. Oh my god, at least it's been so long since we had any power issues. Factory looks a bit more organized than when I last saw it. I'm pretty proud of it right now. We actually needed that to go here, so we probably should not have built it that far. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it right now. Let me show you. Oh my god, speaking of babies. I had a realization the other day, which is that so many of my daughter's clothing, she's 5 months old. So much of my daughter's clothing has pockets on it. Functional pockets. Explain to me why. What's she gonna put in their pockets? Not her hands. She doesn't have anything to hold. Her drool? She's just gonna collect it in there? Like, why are there so many pockets? Rocks? She can't even name a task more impossible than telling my daughter to go pick up a rock. 1, she can't get there. 2, she probably can't grab it. 3, it's definitely going in her mouth. It's not going in her pocket. It's wild considering most women's clothings don't. I was going to say the exact same thing, Mona. Meanwhile, my wife complains constantly about how none of her clothing has real pockets. They have fake pockets constantly. Phone, wallet, keys. Listen, we're not there yet, Danny. God damn it. We ain't there yet. How do I want to do this? I'd say something just like that. And then I kind of want to put it down. I kind of want to... That sounds bad. Put it down. I kind of want to just be like, boom. Crazy idea. We're going to put it here. Then we're going to put it like... Now this is the weirdest... Now this is the weirdest idea I've come up with yet. For how to do this. We're going to bring it off the bus, then put it up. Now this is the ugliest thing I've ever built. Is that not straight? Why the fuck is that not straight? Oh boy, I thought I lined it up. How's it feel knowing next month is going to be half a year already? It does not feel real, I'll tell you that much. Does not feel real. I think the best way to do this is just stack it. It's wild. The good news is I think I like this stage a lot more. This stage I'm a much bigger fan of than the newborn stage. Newborn was fine. It's just like, oh boy, I struggled with a lot of parts of the newborn phase. You know? Like I had less to do because there's just... I actually don't need any of this. There's just less I can do as a non-breastfeeding parent. Did a lot of dishes, that's for sure. It's not like I was a useless piece of shit, but it's just like... I talked about this once, but like I feel like Megan got a lot more of the like bonding time because the feeds were nice and quiet and bonding, and I got a lot of the like shushing from a bus time. Thank you for the follow, Big Chief Adam. Yeah, I don't know.